Good morning from Fly Fishing Mythbusters. I'm going to go out on the lake and then I'm going to head to the boat today. And I'll probably get both done before football. I'm really just chumming at the boat so that I can fish tomorrow. And that'll be a lot more deer corn. But I wanted to talk about a trip I have coming up to California. And it's an important trip for me because I have relatives in California. By the time I moved to Texas, none of them were really, the great nephews and whatever, and the nephews, and the sisters and whatever. I never really worked it out that one of them was going to be the fly fisher person. I was always fishing with my buddies. That's partly on me, because by that time, the fishing trips that I took, right, were elaborate. You flew to Montana and you stayed 2 weeks. And anyway, I have that opportunity. I got a sister, I got a nephew, and I got a great nephew. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to build them their own chest pack. And these were really cheap on Temu. And I'm all about minimalism. I have a buddy that I used to fly fish with. I don't anymore. But he would have 500 flies on him when he got on the water. Now, I'd fish. I was mobile. The more stuff you hang here, the more it hangs up when you're fly fishing. So, very minimalist. I think these were $2. And the one thing that everybody is going to need is a pair of hemostats. And I think these long ones are good. The nicest thing about hemostats is, if I can rip these off, is you can always clip them to something. But what you do is you put what's called a zinger on here. A stretchy thing, and then it has a little clip, and that's why I always have shirts or pockets on my. And the other thing you're going to need, and you're going to attach it to here, is nippers. Of course, nippers are really just nail clippers. You buy the cheap ones, and there's a little trick where you just take that silly handle off, that you do like that with. Once that's gone, because if you leave that out, that will find your fly line every time. And so, a couple of finalies, and that's, I've decided to build them fly boxes. And these fly boxes are based on research. You look up the hatch chart, you look up the water, if you can, the flows and whatnot, and you decide what beads, how heavy do I need things, how light, how many dries I need, that's it. And so this is like the daily box. This is going to go in that little chest pack. Some of the flies may get used. Some of the flies may not get used. You just replenish it. Take these flies out. If you're going to a different piece of water and you already know what's going to be there. San Juan worms and... Okay. So there is one finally here. And that's when I'm tying, especially all these little flies, this thing works great. If I drop a hook, right, I hear it hit the floor, I don't move. I just fish around, and that's what I'm doing now. Will I find something? Most probably. But you really want to get those things right away. You never really want to walk away from the fact that you dropped a hook or a fly. See you on the water. Bye, guys.